watching and missing you, but won't come forward. They're not able to move on. Who is this? And they feel so guilty about it. For intentionally taking your resources and not thinking about how it would affect you. And they're possibly hiding a lover or like family. Capricorn. And it says April. Alright, so that came out. Let's go ahead and do it through the signs. Let's see where that takes us. Oh yeah. Judgment and Lovers. So somebody really is feeling a certain way about a connection. And somebody's feeling pretty bad about possibly something they had done. The way they had treated you. And something was revealed. Maybe somebody was lying, or somebody was like manipulating a situation. Yeah, they didn't really have feelings. Maybe they were just trying to have their needs met. Whatever they felt those needs were. And perhaps that was revealed. Alright. Now the situation is transformed. Alright, now let's start with Aries then, huh? Aries, this full moon. Oh gosh, Aries. This full moon might be affecting you. Yeah. Alright, wow. You're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty lucky. You're feeling like you're able to balance some things with the children a little better. You feel like you may be dealing with 3 children. And you feel like you're balancing and managing that pretty well. You even feel like guided to do certain things with them. You feel like this is a positive change in your life that you can all look forward to. You're interested in making new memories, and you're looking back at some fond ones already. Aries, it's looking good. You feel emotionally and, you know, grounded in the material right now. You feel excited about the future. You feel excited about this new start. Some of you might be reuniting with a child and starting a new cycle there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of balancing. It's a lot of give and take. It's a lot of weighing it out. Otherwise, you know, the confusion could make you feel a little stuck. So you want to avoid that, and you're maintaining your balance in a very grounded way here. There were things you remember about the past, like you feel like there has been lessons learned in this area, and you're happy to move forward the best way you know how. Aries, I think this has been positive for you. If you're letting anything go, it was probably just destabilizing, and now you feel like you're excited for the future. So, yeah. Saw the Ace of Cups as well. And if it's not children, it could be nieces, nephews, siblings. That's what I have for you, Aries. How about Taurus? How about Taurus? Oh, Taurus, you don't know which way to go on something. You're not sure if you're making the right moves here. You want to move forward and you want more peace in your life. You want to feel emotionally fulfilled and like you want to move towards your passions, and you're not sure of something you rejected in the past. You're not sure if you want to come back to it, but you're thinking about it. You think this is a possible way you could move forward toward your dreams. You're not sure about how you reacted to a situation that you may have been confused about in a connection that's very important to you. Listen, if you feel like you made a mistake in that connection, don't worry about it. You weren't as confused as you think about that connection. It wasn't working out in a few ways. And it made you feel bad. It made you feel less confident. The situation that you may have rejected in the past that you're thinking about going back to, you're not sure if you made the right move by moving away from it. Looking back on this, it makes you feel passionate, it makes you feel emotional, but I mean, there was a lesson too that you needed to take. It wasn't just like, you may have made the right decision in moving away from it. How it may have gone down, not sure. But even though it felt bad, perhaps moving away from it was the best choice, because there was more going on with this relationship than you may be remembering right now. There was something that got you to this point. I do feel like this Queen of Cups is you. I don't know why. So you may be feeling like, well, I was being too emotional. I was too upset. So was my decision really that good? Maybe don't beat yourself up over it, because maybe there was something inside telling you something had to change. That something wasn't stable. Maybe you think you're confused because your emotions are coming to the front, to the surface here, but perhaps, I mean, it's important to acknowledge our emotions and honor our emotions, of course, without acting out if we can help it here, but you might be dealing with somebody who may be asking you if you want to start again, asking you if you want to take an opportunity you passed up before. If you do that, are you taking the lesson? It's up to you. Because I don't know if that'll be financially stable. All the coins are reversed here. Your emotions don't look so great either. So, yeah. Think about what it was teaching you at that time. I mean, yeah, sometimes just bad things happen and there's no lesson to it that you can really say without being a real jerk. But if this is a situation that you moved away from, and you're wondering if your reaction or moving away from it was a good idea, I think that although you may have felt emotions at the time, that doesn't mean that you made a bad choice. That's what I'm getting. If you had to feel like you had to push for your needs to be met, then it was probably best to move on. Okay, Gemini. Someone feeling stuck with a person who's not really reliable. I'm not sure about this person. They're in and out of my life, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. Could be a family situation. Okay, yeah. It's been stable. It's been going on for some time. Yeah, it could be your father, the father of your child. Oh boy. This looks like an upsetting family situation that you're unsure about. You kind of feel stuck in having to deal with it, where there's no easy choices to be made. My advice would be to move in authenticity and towards healing so you can prepare the environment for anything that comes next. Making sure that you are, no matter what you do, you're okay with in the future, and that it's creating a stable emotional environment. The waters are still and calm for whatever else jumps in them, whatever. That's not, you can't control that. You can control, you know, yourself to an extent. The Ten of Pentacles is upright, and this does look like wish fulfillment, but at the same time, there's kind of like a, like it's a mixed emotion type of thing. It's a mixed emotion type of, like, yeah, there may have been like some betrayal. Somebody may have stabbed you in the back, but at the same time, you're afraid if you go back to a situation, it's going to happen again, and that makes you feel kind of what that would help. Moving forward, despite what your emotions feel about it, because you know that you are supposed to be in alignment with your path. You know where you're going, and it doesn't feel good right now. But you're preparing the situation, like it's not necessarily all about, like, I know people say live in the present, you know, whatever. But you also, there are times to plan for the future too, not just like in a material way, but also in an emotional way. This is such a strange energy. And with you, Gemini, a lot of times I do find that you have to make interesting decisions when it comes to how you plan things, how you work with your emotions, and how you manifest your future. The other signs don't really get the same sorts of messages that may seem confusing to some. In this one, you know you have to put your emotions aside and kind of even in a way that's going to set them up for future calm serenity so you can have what you need. And endurance. So that what you want to do, so your authentic path is paved. Grounding this whole thing, even it's like an emotional multitasking for the future, is what I'm getting for you, Gemini. You have a clear idea, and you're setting it up, even with your emotions in a way. You're setting the stage. And this is part of a manifestation. You know what you're doing, and parts of it don't feel good. But you know it's stable, and you know what you're working toward. You know there will be times for fun later. You know there will be a harvest, and you will feel independent. You won't have to give to situations later. You'll be able to heal. You're setting it up for later. You're setting a stage. I'm not sure if this family You know, if you may be moving towards your independence in some way so you can heal. I'll put it that way. I'll put it that way. And that's what I have for you, Gemini. Cancer. Oh, Cancer. Standing tall, sitting up straight in an upsetting situation, Cancer. Keeping your chin up, your head held high in a situation that involved a lot of people, somebody younger than you. Yeah. A difficult choice was made, and it was one that you sat with for a while. It could be at work for some people where you felt like you were sacrificing too much. There was a lot of hard work. There was a lot of effort put in to protect a status quo, to protect there were children involved here. And for some of you, something's not moving, and you know in order to heal it, there needs to be an apology, there needs to be a let go of the sense of betrayal for fulfillment. It's a very, yeah. Let's work on it, you know? Let's work on it. What else do we have? Yeah, whereas before you were holding back and kind of, you felt like holding back maybe wasn't the best thing to do, and maybe it was just perpetuating a problem. It was keeping you bound in a situation that was unhealthy, that you wanted to break free from. And so now I see you moving forward, whereas before you were holding back quite a bit, maybe for the sake of others. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Away from the mental mind games and the traps. Yeah. You're freeing yourself from a situation that you felt like you were sacrificing too much. And moving forward in a more independent way. Why isn't this working? Sorry about that, guys. If I can't get my charger to work, I'm in trouble. Hold on a moment, please. So sorry about that, Cancer. I ended up having to go out to my car and get a new cord for my phone. Yeah, something didn't happen the way you wanted it to. It made you feel out of control. And it kept things at a standstill. And there was love in the situation. It felt like a real match here, because you're coming up here as the Queen of Wands, and you have the King of Wands as well. There was passion and a stable kind of energy to it that you were working on. It was the thoughts and communication that were the problem here. And you're working on getting over that, you're working on getting over the aspects and the thoughts and communication that are keeping you up at night in this situation. And you're doing so in a stable way, in a grounded way, in a way that you know has some forms of like stability and that work for you. It could also be that you're worried about work and financial situations, and so you're approaching that in that manner. Like, what can I do that I know works every time? Don't worry, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. You weren't sure what to do, and now you feel like you're ready to take action. Your thoughts aren't stuck anymore in the situation. Yeah. You're going to ease into a new phase here. There's going to be healing within it. Yeah. Okay, Cancer. So next is Leo. What do we have for Leo? Leo, you could be thinking about letting go of a partnership that you felt guided to, and maybe you feel like now it's time to, now you're feeling guided to kind of take a step back. And yeah, you could be dealing, or you can be the King of Swords, where you're looking at the facts, and where impulsive actions and words and thoughts were an issue before, you may be really trying to take a steady and wise approach. Whereas you may have thought somebody else wasn't doing that. So, yeah, you find yourself having to work with somebody and you feel like there's a lot of mind games in this situation. There could be at least 3 people involved. Like a couple. And there's somebody kind of advising them. I see 3 people in this card. I see 3 people in this card. Okay, with the 8 of Wands here, you may be seeking the advice of somebody older, somebody with the star energy, somebody like an older woman. You may be moving towards your own authentic path, whatever that looks like. Like this is also a card of doing your own, like setting your own energy. Like when people say, hey, you know, like enjoying your own vibe. You may not have been satisfied with the emotional environment. Holding back and feeling closed off. Here, sorry, hold on, I need to shut the door. Okay. So, there's closed off emotions here because emotions were hurt. You'd like to set your own emotional kind of vibe in an environment. You may be taking advice or steps to do so. This may be something you're passionate about, something you want to talk with somebody or have some kind of plan, strategy towards. Moving forward. Yeah, this is showing a lot of unstable emotions, but strategy, holding back for the sake of strategy, so one can move forward. And it's almost like a closing off of emotions because the emotions feel unsafe. You want to be in control. You want that grounded control of the emotional environment. And this is another thing you could be talking and strategizing for. So now we are in, planning stage. Here, I'll just tell you what I got here if you want to know. You got the 3 of Pentacles, you got the 5 of Swords. You've got the 2 of Wands reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, sorry. 8 of Wands, the Star, Ace of Cups reversed, 2 of Swords, and the King of Cups reversed. So, like something needs to change here, but I don't see an ending here. I see strategy and moving forward and yeah. That's what I have for you, Leo. Okay, Virgo. Oh, Virgo, you feel like you have to defend your position and stand your ground. There are a lot of obstacles you see in your life that are not really in line with what you had hoped. When you were trying to manifest your dreams, all of these obstacles were not what you had in mind. So you may be in a process of recalibrating in that way. Realigning yourself. Yeah. Yeah, this is a place of struggle. This is a place of having to kind of defend yourself here, even when you don't want to. It doesn't feel good. I mean, you're standing your ground. You're bracing yourself with your emotions kind of. You're not standing in your emotions. You're standing on braced. But you're aware of your emotions. You could see what's reflected in them. There was something you wanted to move towards, something that seemed really stable, like a new start, a commitment, something you were learning about, and you're finding out that it isn't what you thought it was, it isn't what you wanted. There was some confusion where you thought there was stability. You didn't know what it was going to be like when you got there. And now you find yourself with all these obstacles. Like, this seemed like such a great thing. This seemed like my wish fulfillment, my authentic path. The star keeps coming up for everybody. But what it really brought was confusion, and now I have to let go. And I have to let go of the game playing, the lying, the cheating. I have to let go of the Seven of Swords. I have to let go of some of the values I hold that are confusing me and putting me in this energy of self-sabotage. I have to stick with what is grounded and reliable, and I have to learn something in this situation that's going to bring healing and fulfillment and grounded energy to the emotional atmosphere. There could also be money going out. And there could be, like, you're not sure exactly what that situation is, like how you're going to deal with a financial situation with the Four of Pentacles and the Swords and the Cups as they are. Trying to maintain a situation where, so you don't get fucked over, messed over, left out in the cold, while also being able to take the emotional lesson and move on and ascend in a peaceful, calm way. You don't really want any fighting here. You want healing, and there has been no rest at this point. There's just been a lot of hardship. There's a strong need to take the emotional lesson here and softly walk toward healing in a grounded way, and I think you're really trying to do that, Virgo. Again, as I saw in a few other signs, it's an energy of strategy in doing so, moving very carefully in a new direction. Because something's at stake. Too much is at stake to just take rushed action. Yeah. You want to let go of this in a way that is fair and balanced. Above board. But that takes its own, you still have to strategize to do that. Like, and that could feel icky sometimes. You still have to, planning for something like that, something so emotional could sometimes, no matter how you do it, it just feels a little icky. Go easy on yourself. Move toward healing the best way you know how, and I know you're trying. You're bracing yourself, 2 feet on the ground. You can see what your emotions are reflecting, and you're trying to chart your path in a new direction. Hope it gets better. You don't want to feel stuck anymore in something that's not good for you. This could be a situation you've been in for some time. The Devil here. Okay, Libra. Libra. The star again, huh? Your dream job? You thinking about your dream job? How can I ground this as my wish fulfillment in this material area of my life? How can I accomplish my dreams financially and perhaps with my family? Moving toward... Oh... Okay, so here I see you're like on your way to ascend through this world energy where you learn a huge lesson, and yeah, it's partially an emotional lesson and partially an intellectual lesson, and you're standing your ground because everything around you is kind of pushing you to look at your path in a way that's making you question an ending, question the way things went down. Should I come back and revisit this right before you're about to pass through and ascend to a new lesson here? Stand your ground. Again, stand your ground. It's like don't let yourself get confused about previous endings, previous lessons that you're about to go ahead and move on from. There are some parts of it that are coming full circle, and you may see some things that make you think, am I going in the right direction? Or is this a step backward? You may be thinking about somebody from the past as well. There may be parts of a situation that you're reflecting on and seeing with more clarity. You may be wondering if you're called back to a previous, if all signs are pointing to that. Is that what I'm seeing? You might be thinking, the Death reversed. But you should know that you're moving straight through to a next level. You're moving on through, like, this is just a bit of reflection before that occurs. And this has to do with emotions and how you navigate those intellectually. And this is kind of part of your life's journey. So yeah, go ahead and try to see the past with more clarity and see what could have been done better, like a review. But go ahead and move on to the next level. Don't turn that boat around, you know? You're almost there. You feel disappointed about something, though. Got a stuck feeling. Could have something to do with jail I'm getting from the 8 of Swords. Yeah. You may be going through a kind of reflection where you're wondering if something was done in the most stable, if a lesson was learned the way you'd hoped it had been learned. You may be doing some reflection and some review that makes you feel like, well, maybe that could have been done better. And it may have you thinking, should I go and turn back around and try it again? Well, no, you're almost moved to a higher level here. Just keep going. Just take that lesson as it is. If it comes back around, and it probably will with the Death reversed until it's cleared out, if it comes back around, deal with it then in a new way, Spiral up. Sure, we do end up having to revisit situations that, that patterns. But move forward knowing that you're moving forward as the 6 of Swords to the world. And that the 7 of Cups is reversed here. It may have you feeling kind of upended here, but you will persevere. Stay on your steady course. Don't give up. That's what I have for you, Libra. No, oh gosh, what have I done? Oof, I should have played with that. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you have a different idea about the lesson you just learned. You're ascending in a very, is this good for me? Just the facts kind of energy. Where you have been burned before and you know you have to persevere. You know you're not going back. You are thinking about working with somebody, maybe getting some advice on a situation. You're not sure if that's going to work though. You're not sure if there's going to actually be growth in it. You have like an insight to this situation that the more you force it, the less healing there will be. Like, you can't force it. And you're confused about how to move forward. A situation ending here. And the tension is causing a lot of unhappiness and perhaps even fighting. It's very stressful because you don't know how to move forward and there hasn't been growth. This is like a bad harvest kind of situation. And you're looking for advice on how to get to financial independence and stability. To turn the 7 of Pentacles gone wrong into a 9 of Pentacles upright. This looks mostly about finances and health. Yeah. You don't want to be stuck, and you almost feel this like, For some of you, and I don't really usually talk about chakras or anything, but this feels like this is affecting you at the root. You feel it's stuck at the root. So if any of you work with that, like, I don't know how much, like, I'm not the, maybe you need to find an expert specifically for that if that's how you feel. I am not that expert, and I'm not going to pretend to be here. That's just what came in. But, you know, you feel stuck at the root. Stuck at the root. This is a time of, yeah, seeking counsel. But, hey, you got the Six of Wands. You're going to turn it around. You sly so-and-so, you pulled it off. Look at that. Look on the horse's face. You did it. Okay, there's some uncertainty. This did not go as planned. This did not feel stable, but yeah. Why is the Magician reversed, though? Oh, no. Use your intuition and do what you can to ground yourself and let the energy flow. Because part of what's holding you back here is feeling that stuckness in your thoughts and stuckness in your emotions. And feeling like anytime you feel like you have to force it and not let it flow, which you feel a lot of pressure to do something, the action you should be taking should be emotionally sound. Not just, like, it's showing up as pentacles here, but the outcome, really, for it to go well, you have to kind of turn these cups around. That's what's not going well for the Magician. The emotional lesson. It can't all just be inspired action. It has to be emotionally sound for you. Or else this will be short-lived. Something's not flowing. Unless you figure out what that is, Scorpio. Okay. Growth will come when you move in alignment with how you feel. Okay, Sagittarius. Uh-oh. You might be offering love to somebody who is not really feeling it like that. Or you might be getting an offer of love from somebody who may not have the best intentions. Okay, so if you were rejected, or if this happened where an offer of love was either not received well, or somebody offered you a cup with not the best intentions, don't worry about that connection. Don't worry. It's time to come out of that disappointment, all right? About that relationship. Somebody might even apologize, and you may get to work on it with them. Oh, look what's peeking out there. For some of you, some self-care is in order. To work on this means to feel better, and for some of you, that means taking care of you. And the whole self-love thing, it does look like for a lot of you, you may be able to work on this partnership. Could be with another fire sign. This may have seemed very harsh the way it went down. But I see that you may be working on it. You may be working on a new contract, a new relationship, something long-standing and stable that you could build with somebody else. There might even be a celebration here. Take care of yourself. If apologies are in order, to work on a situation within a partnership that hasn't been going well. If you had a fight with somebody, maybe don't be scared to work on it with them unless it's like a situation where you're being abused or it wasn't for your highest good. You know better than I do. Don't try to take it if it doesn't fit. Definitely maintain your independence however you can and take care of yourself. Make sure you feel good about you. This also could be like working on this might feel like a hit to your ego, but it might be worth it. The rewards of this partnership might seem more appealing than just the little bit of ego that you might get from saving face. If it's you or the other person. Could be either. Okay, Sag. Yeah, you feel stuck, but you really do want to turn this around. And I see you wanting to work on it. And maybe I'm feeling like dropping a grudge. There may be a grudge that needs to be dropped. Maybe you're not talking to somebody and playing games, mental mind games. Yeah. I don't see, it looks like there was some trouble in the relationship in the past. But for a lot of you, if this is your story, there's plenty of room for growth if you allow it. And the rewards of being in this partnership looks like they exceed the energy of saving face. So I'll say that. You know. So drop the mind games wherever they may be. You don't need to do that. Drop the ego. Go ahead and balance it out, Maybe have a reconciliation to move forward if you'd like. If this is for you. Apologies might be in order. You're carefully thinking about where you invest your time And it seems like a situation where you really like care. Like there's a level of nurturing in this. And that's where some of the disappointment lies. That's where some of the justifying saving face lies. But it lies. Okay, so if you feel like it's a workable situation for you, go ahead and work on it. That's what I have for you. Capricorn. All right, Cappy. You're containing your excitement. You're trying to keep an energy about you that you enjoy. Yeah, for sure. You're doing it very deliberately. And you may be containing your excitement towards somebody you feel may not have their stuff together. You might be wondering if you made the right choice, if this is an equal partnership. You may be trying to work out with the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles a financial situation. And here's the Page of Cups. You may feel like somebody owes you an apology, and you may feel left out in the cold. This person may be younger than you. You felt like it was unfair, uncalled for. And there's a truth in this situation that needs to be dealt with that hasn't yet been dealt with. There's a crack in the foundation that needs to be fixed before this can move forward with this person and transform into a better energy. Some of you are working with your own motherhood journey, your mother, or just like somebody you've had children with. Wait a minute. Yeah. Lilith just went into Cancer, didn't it? You're reevaluating, perhaps, your feelings and ideas about the motherhood journey. And that might come into play with this situation. You are Capricorn. Capricorn is on the axis, Capricorn Cancer. Go ahead and check out what's going on, transit Lilith and Cancer, and see how that feels, and if it gives you any insight. We also have Pluto. We also have Pluto at the very little edge of Capricorn still. We've had this full moon in a cardinal sign. Only degree. Maybe that's something to consider. Before you make any judgments, because we have Justice reversed here. We have a Death reversed here. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed here. The Tower, Five of Pentacles. The Page of Cups reversed here. The King of Pentacles. You're showing up as a Queen of Swords. a lot of these energies feel like you're working on something inside to do with insecurity about relationships with others. Dynamics with others is what you're working out here. For a lot of you, it could be part of this motherhood journey. Wherever you find mind games in this situation, do your best to hold back and refrain. Easy does it. There are things you want to look at and reevaluate, and you don't have to respond right away to everything. Maybe taking your time and looking at the power dynamics, where you sacrifice and where sacrifice is warranted. And relationship dynamics altogether, you know, just go ahead and explore those without taking action right away. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. Yeah, this situation can be very intense. So navigate it carefully, and I know you will. It looks destabilizing and like, it looks like ungrounded and also emotionally like trying to go with the intellect because financially, physically, and emotionally, it doesn't always feel safe. And just leading with your intellect without it being grounded enough could not go well. Take the time, and I know you will. Yeah. Think about it in a new way. Missed opportunity, something's not growing, somebody feels in and out. Maybe change your perspective on that. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, you might feel like you're throwing money away. Something seemed like a good opportunity and you feel like you're throwing your money away now. This could be signing documents. This could be getting a letter in the mail. This could be pushing somebody away who doesn't have a job. This could be rejecting something to do with the finances. Something's not working. Something needs to transform here. For some of you, it could be a contract with housing. It seems unbalanced, and that's why it feels like it's not working for you. But this situation is significant. There is love in this situation. So what's going on here? Be careful with your words. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. If there is love in this situation, careful with your words. You may be seeking advice on this. You're not quite sure what to do. It looks like something you want to keep. It's just parts of this are not balanced. like this is significant. It is a contract, a partnership that's been going for some time. I'm seeing strong... Okay, sorry about that. It cut off. Yeah. Yeah, just be gentle with this person because, or you may be mad at them because something feels so insecure that it makes you feel destabilized and you feel like there's so much at stake that, just go gently. Yeah? Address it for your safety and peace of mind and everybody around you. But it doesn't look like you're ending this. So you really have to understand where you feel like snapping and saying something to somebody. Like really think about the message you're sending, where it's coming from, and what you really want. What you really want is that you really need more safety and security in this. Okay, well, let's work on that because that's not working. It's imbalanced. Solutions, because there are a lot of cards upright for a stable, like for some it looks like marriage or like some kind of long-standing partnership that means a lot. But it looks like a financial situation has kind of turned... I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Pisces. You may have been hurt by like a very important connection you felt that you're trying to like intellectually navigate this, but you still have memories of what happened, of course, but there's so much love in it that you'd like to move past it. You may have felt betrayed. Something may have come out where you felt like somebody was lying, cheating, stealing here. Went from the 7 of Swords to the 10 of Swords and back to the 7, like, you know. You felt like somebody did you dirty. And you feel like their apology really, either it didn't happen, or it was immature, or it just was not... for the amount of emotional stress that was placed upon you, for the amount of psychological, emotional, and intellectual turmoil this had caused, the apology wasn't sufficient. Like, it just wasn't it. And you love this person. Parts of it aren't working out, and it feels very... This could be a person who's younger than you. This could be a challenging situation, even with a child, where you feel taken advantage of. This does not feel like something you can just leave, and that's part of the problem. It's keeping you up at night. You don't feel good about this, but there is love in the situation. Perhaps you are a loving mother. With the Empress and the Ace of Cups, you want to come from a place of love, but you feel like you can't work with this person and move to a more stable place here. And there could be something to do with the communication. Like the communication may be hurtful, forced, and upsetting for the family. You may have been forced out of a situation, or you may have thought or spoken about doing so. But you know this partnership is very important. You know the emotions within this partnership are... it's heavy. It's heavy. It's not something that you can easily just fix. Oh, it's fine. And then it's done here. You got the 7, the 9, the 10 of Swords. In some ways, you feel like the only way to move forward is to not work with a person. But that leaves you feeling stuck too. You don't know how to do that without it being a mess. Any solution feels forced. This feels like a real tough one. You are thinking about severing maybe parts of a connection, even though there's love in it. People going their separate ways. You're not sure if that's... Is it that I need to give more? Am I not doing enough? Or is it that I'm giving too much and I need to let it go and cut them off? Is like the energy I'm feeling here. You have an insight to this connection, this partnership, that does not make it easy to take the actions you feel like you would need to take to move forward. This looks very painful. Those tough earth lessons that was just like, come on now, you know? Yeah. You may feel like somebody is being kind of self-centered, kind of selfish. You may be looking and like examining your ego, examining their ego, looking at the behavior of a child very closely and carefully. Like, is this person, is this just who they are? Like, am I not nurtured? That's what I'm getting, like this. Is it not enough or is it too much? What am I doing here? What am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong? How can I heal this? How can I get us to a better place here? It looks like there's a amount of financial stability in some ways that could be lost if the emotional stability or lack thereof is addressed. But what's good for your authentic self? You may be thinking of like this could be a situation that's also like the grandparent watching the child sometimes, or like something like with a grandparent and a grandchild also. You may not like parts of that situation either. You feel defensive, like it's just not easy. Oh, Pisces, this is a pickle. Okay, for you then, which I have not done this for anybody else, I'm going to pull a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Let's see. Spirit for about something technical to do with the filming of this. What we need is a solution for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. Protecting treasure reversed. Movement reversed and talisman upright. So 39 is protecting treasure. I don't know if you can see the picture, but I'll show it to you anyway. 39. It's reversed. So do you too easily give your loyalty to those who haven't earned it? This is a time to assess your personal loyalties and discern whether they are being returned in kind. Some relationships are made for convenience, some favor one side over the other, and vulnerability born of fear may lead to being taken advantage of. Perhaps the imbalance in your relationships is due to a conscious choice you've made. If so, make sure you aren't being hurt by the arrangement. And if you believe you found some kind of protective refuge, be aware that there may be a price to pay. You may also need to reassess whether you're compromising yourself in any way to achieve what is an illusion of safety. Be true to your dream and remember that the angels will bring you to the right people your way to further your path of your highest good. Remain cautious and be conscious of the give and take in all relationships and projects at this time. Don't give away the farm for a smile. So here we have 28, movement, but it was reversed. This is the card upright. (28) reversed. Do you feel as though you're walking in circles, seemingly not getting anywhere? Consider the spiral that travels up and around. 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Even backward movement helps you progress and reach your goal. You may need to revisit some of the places where you forgot to look for treasure. Another message is this: lessons need repeating for those who refuse or are unable to learn the first time. Consider this another invitation to mastery. And here we have 49, talisman. And that's upright. Okay, wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey, and it helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. And now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you. For you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. That's what I have for you. All right, take care. I'll see you later.